So Nijat, you haven't had the best run with the black pieces. This is actually the first time it's a positive result with the black pieces. What are you doing differently?
Um, well, I mean, all my three games, I don't think I was supposed to really lose. Like with Gukesh, it was Queen's Endgame, and I blundered in the last moves. The same with Prague, and with Fabi, it was also intense match. But yeah, I just kept fighting. Like at certain point, I was even thinking that I'm going to lose even today, because I mean, out of nowhere, I lost a pawn, but still, I had lots of resources to keep the end game.
So, I mean, you managed your time well, and you were just a little worried that the game would go south. Tell us what you were thinking during the game to keep it together.
Well, to begin with, the opening was interesting. Somehow, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect his d3, d4. I realized that he wants to get a long game, avoid the theory, which in fact makes sense. But I was prepared with the c5, c4 idea, and I had fine position. Then somehow the position got really sharp, and I had all these tactical resources with queen b6 and taken on d4. Yeah, I mean, after the game he said he believed he was close to be winning. I didn't see the clear win. Maybe he's right, because it looked really dangerous, but just with precise, with calculation, I couldn't see how I get checkmated or lose a piece. Yeah, and I was hoping not to blunder anything. And then it was interesting moment. He went for knight takes c4, queen d4, bishop b4, b5, and then he was thinking to go knight a3 and then queen d6, which is a funny move that I don't lose a piece. Yeah, I mean, it was tactically sharp. I'm glad that the game ended in a draw.
It's a good start to the second half of the tournament. How are you feeling for the coming games? Are you changing any approach to the rest of the tournament?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say. It's just only been one game. I hope. I mean, I play at least better with black, and let's hope it's gonna be working out well.
Good start. Thanks, Nijat. Let's have some questions from the audience. If you have a question, please raise your hand.
Have you considered at the end h5 instead of gx? Why was it wrong?
Yeah, I mean, that was my initial thought, but I thought I'm losing there because of rook e4. Yeah, and if I was thinking to trade off the rooks and then take, but then there is king d5 and e-pawn runs. And then the problem is that even if, like this bishop endgame, even if I go h3, gh, and I put my pawn on h4, my king is stuck on e8. He simply goes with the king to g4, comes with the bishop to g5.
Okay, guys, we have the position here because some of us are lost and not really knowing what we're talking about.
Yeah. So, yeah, sure. So here, rook a4, bishop d2 check, right? Yeah, and then I go king c5, rook e7 check.
Yes, queen. c5, not c4.
Yeah, and then I go with the... But the funny thing is that if I go first, bishop d2 check, move 49. Yeah, here. No, instead of h5, bishop d2. With the idea that if there is king c5, I have h5. And the idea is that if you go... Wait, what was I calculate? I mean, no, instead of h5, I have king e6. So whenever you take on g5, I take, and there's rook e5 check. But then the problem is that bishop d2, he goes king c4 this time. And I still lose because of king d3, I think. No, king c4 here instead of king c. And then he has all the way king d3s, which wouldn't be pleasant for me. Yeah. And that's why I just thought GH is my best practical chance to keep it.
Yes, what advice did the Shachmanager give you?
Well, definitely he told me try to get at least half a point today with black. Well, I'm glad I managed to, I mean, I managed his advice. So, yeah, looking forward for more his advices.